Hello, welcome back to Small Talk with Centers for New Horizons. My name is Deja Franklin, and this is my dear co-host.
Edmund Hall.
And if you have any questions about Centers for New Horizons, our phone number is 773-538-2388, and we are located at 226 East 43rd Street. Also, if you would like to call in, have any questions, comments, or concerns for CAN TV, you can reach us at 312-738-1060. Today we will be talking about the Workforce Development Program and who we are and who do we service. Serving the Chicago communities of Bronzeville, near Southside, Wentworth, Douglas, Oakland, South Shore, Washington Park, and Altgeld Gardens for more than 40 years. Centers for New Horizons has a long history of strengthening families and fortifying communities by providing critical support services to youth and adults. Centers annually services over 6,000 community members, including over 1,000 youth through in-school, after-school, and summer programming.
Speaking of summer programming, did you know that Centers for New Horizon employs over 550 youth every summer?
Wow, I did. In regards to our location, Center's Workforce Development Program has operated vast array of workforce service grants funded by the federal government, corporations, and small businesses. All of Center's workforce development projects are housed and operated at 226 East 43rd Street, Chicago, Illinois.
On today's show, we have with us Devin Eccles, and we will be speaking with him later on today.
And since 2002, the Centers for New Horizons Workforce Development Team has been responsible for engaging, assisting, and cultivating resident growth and self-sufficiency. Over 4,000 plus CHA residents, which has led to 2,000 plus residents gaining full-time, non-seasonal employment in the healthcare, hospitality, manufacturing, transportation, distribution, logistics, and customer service industry sectors. Again, if you have any questions about Centers for New Horizons, you can reach us at 773-538-2388. We are located at 226 East 43rd Street. Today, and we have a caller.
Hello,
caller.
Hello.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm fine.
How are you? How are you? I'm fine. I just wanted to ask a question about, what should I expect for college life as an incoming freshman?
I would say what you should expect for college life as an incoming freshman would be definitely a bigger workload than high school. Also, I would say you meet a bunch of more people. You have a lot more freedom. So you have a lot of time to, figure out what you want to do with your day and studies. You're basically your own parent going into college. Like, you're supporting, yourself and habits, etc.
Okay, would you recommend taking on more classes or doing more activities to get you familiar with the campus and other students?
I would say it's best to have a balance of both classes and activities so that you can meet more people and, like you said, be more familiar with the campus and what goes on in college life.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you. All right. Hello, Devin. How are you today?
I'm all right, and how are you?
I'm fine. And I wanted to ask you, how did you gain employment with Centers for New Horizons?
Well, it all started when I moved into the 39th building, and they had a lot of flyers on the wall, and then the person that was actually in the office ended up helping me get a job there.
And what processes did you go through to actually get the job?
It really didn't take a lot at all. It was just, mainly showing up wherever they told me. And on time.
And how long were you involved in the program?
This is my second year.
Okay, so for your first year, where did you work last summer?
I worked at a place called Jerk City on 71st in Indiana.
And could you tell us a little more about the job experience there?
It was actually pretty good. I was able to build my character on culinary arts, and I actually learned how to cook a new food.
That's pretty good. Well, do you have any advice for new youth coming to the program?
I would say to probably get started as quick as you can. The quicker you come, the quicker you get to build your character.
Okay, well, thank you, Devin. Again, if you have any questions or concerns, you can reach us at 773-538-2388. Hello, Evan.
How you doing?
I'm fine.
Hey. Centers for New Horizon Development Department operates a full-service employment and training center that offers comprehensive career development, employment-focused training, and job placement service to meet the unique needs of Chicago's out-of-work and underemployed job seekers. Center staff and qualified workforce development professionals provide the support needed to prepare its to prepare its participants with necessary goals, gap in employment training to obtain the retained employment while promoting self-sufficiency.
Again, you can reach us at 773-538-2388 if you have any questions for Centers for New Horizons. Today, I'm talking to Raymond Andrews, and he's going to tell us a little more about his involvement in the Workforce Development Program. Hi, Raymond. How are you?
Hi, Ms. Franklin. I'm wonderful. Thank you for asking. How about yourself today?
I'm fine.
Great.
Okay, Raymond, do you have any ideal participants that you would like to get involved in the program?
Well, I work with any and all participants who are looking for employment. However, my ideal candidate would be someone who's motivated, someone who's focused, someone who's a self-starter. If they possess those characteristics, we can get them in front of an employer to interview to potentially become employed.
And if a person is over 18 but did not graduate, would you still work with them?
Absolutely. There are some employment opportunities that do not require a high school diploma or a GED. However, we do encourage education because education is something that no one can ever take from you. And we do offer classes at our site at 226 East 43rd Street through the City Colleges of Chicago. We offer those classes on Tuesdays and Thursdays from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m.
That's great. It looks like we have a caller. Caller? Hello?
Hi, good evening. I just have a question about the services that are offered with the New Horizons.
Yes. Oh, okay.
Yes? Hello?
Hello, Miss?
Hello, yes.
Yes, what was your question?
I was wondering what type of services do you guys provide with the New Horizons?
Well, we provide a variety of services. However, I'm working with the Workforce Development Department, but we do have child care. We have the GED. Like I said, there's a lot of different components that we do offer. But as far as the workforce, we do job readiness training, we do resume development, we do interview prep, we do how to get and retain employment workshops. We call that workshop turning red flags into green lights. So there are some skills that you can polish up on or obtain coming through Centers for New Horizons as you're seeking employment.
Okay, great. Thank you very much.
No
Thank
problem.
you, caller.
All right, okay.
And again, I'm sorry. I had a few more questions for you,
Oh,
Raymond.
absolutely.
How could a person get involved in the program? Could they just walk in or?
We do, every person who we service, they do have to successfully become enrolled into our program. However, we have multiple programs, so whatever your situation is, you probably can come and enroll into our program. So if you're a CHA resident, we have a program that you can fall into. If you're a recipient of any public assistance, there is a program that we can bring you in under. However, if you're a recipient of none of those and you just live in Chicago, we do have a 741 collaborative program that allows you to become enrolled into our workforce development agency, where we can provide those services to you.
Okay. Looks like we have another caller. Caller?
Hi, my question is this, and maybe some other people feel what I'm saying out there listening. I'm a person with a disability. I have a visual problem, and sometimes when you go to these places and you got to do the paperwork, they don't even have a closed circuit TV. They cannot really help people with, especially a person with a visual disability. It's just like they give you more excuses than a virgin on their wedding night, the reason why they can't help you.
I do apologize about that experience you have encountered, sir. However, and at our agency, we don't have the capacity to accommodate a visually impaired person right now, but we do have employer partners that we work with that we can outsource you to that will be able to accommodate you going through your disability. And as far as employment, there are opportunities that you can become employed part-time as well. And with your disability, there's probably some other resources that you can obtain if you are not already obtaining those resources. So if you give us a call or maybe come by the office, maybe we can share some of that information with you so you're taking advantage of all resources that are provided for a person in your situation. Hello?
All right. Well, thank you, caller. And where can you be located, Mr. Andrews?
We're located at 226 East 43rd Street, and that's right on the corner of 43rd and Prairie Avenue. A beige building sitting right off on the corner. You can't miss it.
Okay. Well, thank you. I appreciate that.
Mm-hmm. And if I may add, I was talking about how to get enrolled into the program before the caller, but we do orientations. We conduct orientations on Wednesday morning at 9:30 a.m. You will bring your ID, Social Security card, resume, anything pertaining to employment, certifications, licenses, whatever you may have. Bring that information into an orientation. Get a full overview of what the program has to offer. See if it will benefit you. If it does, seem like it would benefit you, go ahead and see it through, and then we can move forward with getting you into an employer to interview for a potential employment opportunity.
Okay.
All right.
And did you have any additional information for youth or just adults seeking employment or any,
My advice right now is to be prepared. The prepared person gets the job. When you walk in to an interview and you're doing things to separate yourself from the next job seeker, that will make that employer look at you versus to the other candidate. So if you got a cover letter, if you have a thank you letter, if you have your presentation, everything has to correspond to determine who you are as a person. This will be your first time meeting that employer, and first impressions, they last a lifetime. So you have to come in speaking well, presenting well, have all your T's crossed, your I's dotted, and let the employer know that you're actually ready to work.
Okay. It looks like we have another caller. Caller?
There.
Hello?
Hi.
Hi, how are you?
You sure? I was wondering, is there any age restrictions that we can, and what is the current documentation? And also, do they...
I'm sorry, ma'am. There's like a bad connection. We can barely hear you. All right. And as far as the youth, I really am passionate about our youth program. Early in the show, I heard you talking about some statistics about our youth program. And right now, we do need to redevelop the mentality of our youth as far as employment. We need to get back into the habit of going somewhere, rendering a service for a week or 2 week period, and receiving a payment after that service has been rendered. And this is what it'll take them to start this now at a young age, so when they're getting into their early 20s, mid-20s, they're already developing their work ethic to go into their career path, and they can start their careers so much at a younger age and be at a better place by the time they're maybe 30, 40 years old.
Yes, definitely. Looks like we have another caller. Caller? Hello?
Hi.
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 got a question. So you was just talking about interview questions, and you gotta be prepared for your interview.
Absolutely.
So then, I had wanted to know, like, what would you say are the interview questions that are something that you'll come across in just about every interview, like when they be saying, what are your weaknesses and stuff like that? Like, what would you say to stuff like that? What kind of questions do you think is out there the most? Let me hear what you got.
I really appreciate that question, ma'am, because so many people need to know that information. They do applications but do not get called to the interview, or they get to the interview and do not get the job, and they're always wondering why. So as a business service representative, I go out and I speak with these employers and I pick their brains to see why we don't move to the next step. And of course, it's more so the open-ended questions. So direct questions receive direct answers. When can you start? I can start today. How do you feel about a dress screen? I'm confident that I'll pass a dress screen. The open-ended questions give the employer time to hear you talk, and that either sells you or hangs you. So tell me about yourself. That's real vague, is real open-ended. Some people start talking about their personal life. However, that's irrelevant to the employer. When you're asked that question, tell me about yourself, you should talk about 3 things in particular. Your experience relevant to the relevant to the job that you're applying for. Your education level, whether it's high school, whether it's your training, whatever it is, you do want to let that employer know that you're a person who thinks about what they want to do, gets involved in it, and then executes it successfully. So you want to tell them about something that you have completed more recently. And in addition to that, you want to talk about some positive qualities about yourself that they cannot see on your resume. Maybe you're a great team player who can work well independently. Maybe you're a quick learner who loves to learn new skills through new employment opportunities. Maybe you're a punctual employee and have an excellent attendance record. That employer would not know that looking at your resume, but that gives you some time to speak about those things, about you as a person in that interview. And I'm sorry.
Good. Thank you.
Oh, no problem. And then if you want more, because we don't have a lot of time, if you want more, please give us a call at the office or come by and visit us. Again, we're located at 226 East 43rd Street, and our telephone number is 773-538-2388.
Looks like we have another caller. Hello, yes, caller.
Hello, yes. My call is about your service area. Does the person need to live in your area in order to come for your services? And also, what type of documentation will they need to get started with your program?
Thank you for that question. As long as they live in Chicago, we do have a 741 collaborative program that will let them be eligible to come and receive services from our agency. So as long as they have a Chicago zip code and an ID that matches that, we can service them. As far as the documents needed to get enrolled, you would need your ID, Social Security card. Well, those are the only documents. Other than that, you'll need your resume, certifications, licenses, anything you've obtained pertaining to employment that will be relevant to what you're looking to get involved in, what industry you're looking to get involved in.
Okay, and my next question is for Deja. Deja, do you have any advice for being a first-time, maybe a student working with Centers for New Horizons or any agency, and your first job? What do a person need to look forward to in their first job experience?
I would say in your first job experience, definitely be punctual, be on time, make sure you're early, because being early is pretty much being on time. Being on time is being late, stuff like that. I would also say, just get to know a little bit more about, the workforce that you're going after. I guess do a little research on your own, see what the program is about, things like that. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Give your all to the job, do what you can. All right, looks like we have another caller. Yes, caller.
Hi, I have a question for the young lady. I'm just tuning in, and I heard some of the great advice you offered to another caller. So with that being said, what advice would you offer you of what not to do on a job?
What not to do on a job. Don't slack. Don't be on your phone at all times. Make sure you're paying attention to your surroundings. Don't be disrespectful to, whoever your manager is or supervisor. Just make sure, you know, you work well with your coworkers. Like supervisors and managers, they definitely do look at how you interact with other people on the job. They look at how you interact with, say if you're working for kids, how you interact with the children, you know, how you treat them, stuff like that.
Great. I'll definitely make sure I pass it down to my youth. Do you mind telling me about a time where you experienced a not so pleasant experience on a job, and how did you handle that?
Sure. Actually, there was a time where I worked at Wendy's in Atlanta, Georgia, and I can recall a man coming in the restaurant, and he was, I guess, a little drunk, and he told me he ordered like 2 cheeseburgers. And then, like, when he got his order, he was like, oh, this is not what I ordered. And, like, he tried to make it seem like I messed up his order or whatever. So I just ended up telling my manager, like, you know, well, he did order 2 cheeseburgers or whatever, and this is what happened. He was like, okay, well, just go to the man and, you know, just don't even engage in, like, his hostility. Like, he was yelling at me and, you know, cursing me out. So I was like, I don't know what to do. He was like, just stay calm, you know, talk to him and tell him, you know, you ordered this, and if there's any other problems, then you know, get to me, let me know.
Would you say to encourage the youth to maintain a great relationship with their supervisor, so if something occurs, they can take it to their supervisor?
I definitely do, and I also encourage them to have a great relationship with their supervisors, because if they need their supervisors in the future, like for anything, a reference or like, you know, a job opportunity, a career opportunity, they can come to that person and say, you know, I'm seeking this, could you help me out?
Thank you. All
right, thank you. Okay. Again, if you have to reach us, you have any questions, comments, or concerns, call us at 773-538-2388, and we are located at 226 East 43rd Street. Yes.
Hi.
Hello.
How you doing? Well, you kind of already talked about your first experience, so, like...
My first job experience?
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, yeah. It was definitely a you know, hectic situation.
I can't even remember my first job experience. It's actually my first job. But, yeah, my first job experience was a good experience, with this being a good experience. And I hope this will take me further with my career being social work, concentration sociology, Dillon University. And hopefully things go well.
Hopefully. And how did you find out about Centers for New Horizons?
I found out about Centers for New Horizons through peers. They told me, then they sent out, it was just stuff around. I was on websites and I saw it. I applied, got back in the summer, and it was like, come on down. I said, cool.
That's great. That's great. Do you have any advice for students? Because I know the young lady on the phone asked me about college experience. Do you have any college experience advice? First time?
College experience, just be you, be the best you can be, and stay true to yourself. Don't switch up for nobody. And just your main goal to graduate, do it for you and your family. And that's about it.
Okay, well, it looks like we're wrapping up. Thank you for joining us, everyone. Please make sure you tune in again next Wednesday at 6 p.m.
Until the next horizon.
Until the next horizons. Remember, you can reach us at 773-538-2388. And our location is 226 East 43rd Street.
And be ready, because next week we will be talking about early education and further education, going into colleges and stuff. So be tuned. Come back next Wednesday.
Thank you, everyone.